Hi guys, welcome to Drum Dog, and today we are checking out Code drumheads.
So we're back with another drumhead sound comparison video, but this time it's a brand we've never used before. We're looking at Code. These are the new boys, relatively new boys on the block, and we're going to be comparing them with the old guard, with the Remo.
So these are both single-ply heads with our Code DNA and our Remo ambassadors. They're both 10mm with no additional pre-dampening, and on paper they should be exactly the same. I mean, they look very similar. The Remo's a tiny bit cloudier than the Code, which is completely crystal clear. But the biggest difference before we fit them to the drum is actually in the collar. So although the Code collar looks smaller, it's a lot thinner, it's actually a fair whack heavier. And according to the box, these have a steel insert.
And that does make it noticeably heavier with its steel core and its, I quote, grip-tight rim technology.
Now, it is worth mentioning that Code is a British company, but here in Britain, it's a lot cheaper to get the Code DNA than it is Remo Ambassador. We're looking at about £33 for a 10, 12 and 16 clear, whereas the Remos are weighing in at 47 for the same sizes. And that is a fair old difference there, actually, for a set of tom heads.
Absolutely, yeah. If the durability is the same, then that's going to be a significant saving if the sound matches up.
Yeah, and there's only one way to find that out. Let's put the two heads up against each other on the same kit with the same tuning under the same mics in the same room. Let's see what they sound like.
Okay, so there we go. Now, straight in off the bat, I noticed you spent, before we get into the sound of it, you spent a lot more time tuning those codes in than you did the Remo.
Yes. And sometimes when you're tuning heads and you're having a difficult time, you do wonder to yourself, is this just me? Am I just struggling today because I didn't get a good night's sleep last night? And those codes were the first ones I fitted, and I actually had a really difficult time with them. I was struggling with some overtones. I was struggling getting them even all the way around. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm sure I got all right at tuning. Through all our old drum head comparisons, I've fitted a lot of heads to this kit now. I've lost my mojo today. Then I go to put the Remos on, and I'm like, because they just kind of just went straight on and I didn't have any issues. So I did find that those codes didn't really sit. They were a bit of a tight fit onto the bearing edge. And because of that, that bearing edge was sat on, instead of in the collar, it was sat where the head was still tapering out. Mm-hmm. And it took quite a long time to get an even tension around there because the head didn't fully seat until the hoop was under tension. So they were a challenge to get tuned up. But when they were tuned up, I think they sound all right.
I think they sound all right, yeah. What do you think, to your ears, if you had to choose one and they were the same money, is there a slightly better quality in the Remo for the money?
I'm going with the Remos. I feel like the Remos had a slightly more controlled sustain and a slightly richer body. I felt like the codes had a thinner sustain that went on a little bit longer than I wanted to. And I know these are single-ply heads, but so are the Remos. And I feel the code didn't have that full-bodied attack. The trade-off with a single-ply head for me is always you get a fuller body out of that. You get a fuller body tone from your tom. And I felt like these just didn't give me that full body I was looking for. It just sounded a little bit thinner than I wanted from a single-ply head.
But I think the difference is smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's smaller. So if you are, some of those differences, if you're going out, say, a pub or a club gig, and then the guitars and the basses are going to take that difference away, really. So what we need to know is anyone using code drum heads out there, what is the durability like? Are they the same as the Remos? Because that's a game changer. If, for those type of gigs, not under closed mics, I reckon they're a good shout.
It's all good and well the codes being cheaper and saving us money, but if we need to replace them twice as often...
So let us know in the comments, if it was your money, which of these heads will you be putting on your drum kit? If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we've got more code videos coming very shortly. Thanks for watching and we'll see you soon.